Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Greg. I wanted to go over Bitcoin and some Bitcoin proxies with you, and kind of just update you on this with Mara because Mara is a Bitcoin miner, and they are dropping like a rock at 10% right now. Usually, when it drops, soon thereafter, Bitcoin drops. But I'm just checking it out, and the miners right now are getting hammered. Okay, so. I'm kind of looking for a $2.30-ish, 240-ish target for Mara. So this is going to be dropping. Does that mean Bitcoin's going to drop as much? Probably not, but pretty sure it's coming up to finish something down there. Let me take a look at the 12-hour, you know, pretty low down there. We'll have to see how this plays out with Mara, but like literally the miners are just really, really getting hammered, guys. So Clean Spark, Mara, Riot blockchain, and I'll go over Tesla in just a second too. Here's the other thing is with MicroStrategy, just looking at that, guys, is that you know, really want to see MicroStrategy get down into this box and breaking this low of 146, and then there's a low of 134. So as long as MicroStrategy is down in that box down here and staying higher than like about 92 or 90, 92, that'll be an area that probably be sussing out a bottom on the overall picture for MicroStrategy here, guys. Coming down in that wave sequence, you can see it's kind of similar type wave pattern that Bitcoin's making, slowing up in the momentum right here. Third wave down here, boom, and then popped up, and it's like making its way down there. Probably make some bullish divergence when it's all said and done. Giving you trading opportunity. If you look at that longer term trading opportunity on there, whether it's going to do a bounce or go bullish remains to be seen, right? With MicroStrategy, guys. So, people asked about Tesla. Tesla. I'm looking at this, and I would say that Tesla really needs to hold on to that 110. And I'm looking at this. I got a little different perspective on Tesla on this, what it did in here. This whole thing was a correction. So, in my opinion, Tesla's been in a correction since January 21. Okay, that's what I think. So I think what it actually did here was an A, and then this is your B wave, and here's your C wave on Tesla, guys. So that 2.618, that 109 to 110, I would say is definitely the area to be checking that out. And then the RSI, weekly RSI, everything on there, monthly RSI is way, way down there. So just a lot of negative news out there about Tesla. It's like going to zero type mentality, or it's selling off. It's selling off. I pay attention to it, guys. I'd still be bullish on that asset overall. Like if you take a look at Tesla on a longer term time frame, it's just a massive correction, guys. And that monthly RSI is coming down and reset that whole cycle. So over the next few years, it probably people be wishing that they probably were in this area picking up their Tesla again, even though most everybody right now is selling their Tesla. Probably because they're afraid of recessions and stuff, the recession, and they think they're not going to sell as many cars or something like that. Or maybe, well, I'm not really too sure. I'm just speculating, and they're just selling it off. But the wave pattern is actually pretty darn good, guys. That's what I think that this. I think this whole thing is a correction. That's what Tesla's been doing down here. So this whole area down here was a correction. This is a correction. This is just more aggressive correction to the downside. This one was less. So, which makes sense. This one wasn't as much. It went more sideways. So if you think about that, this one's a little bit more sideways correction, and this one's just going deeper. So I don't look at it as a bad thing. Just let it suss itself out, and take care of that. So I want to go over Bitcoin, guys. So Mara is coming down pretty aggressively. So there's a good shot that maybe Bitcoin is going to come down here. I got that target there, 14.7 to 13.6. To suss it out. And some people on this 2-week chart or any of these charts I have on Bitcoin, and then this descending wedge that I have, that some people had some questions about that. The reason I'm going with it, does it follow the rules exactly? No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. I mean, you can get in there and debate, what the rule is for this, what it is for that. One of the reasons why I'm picking that it's doing that is because it came up and it tagged. That's very good indication some type of wedge is being done, in my opinion. You see that wick, that upper wick right there, and it came and it just tagged that area right there and went right back down. So that's a pretty good indication that it came down probably here, swung up, back down, boom, hit the bottom of wave, what you call that, wave one, and then it's coming back down to make its last wave. Okay. So that's why I picked that. And then some other people. Here's what I'd be doing, guys, right now is I would be sitting back waiting for the opportunities over the next 30 or 60 days to start picking up some cryptos. Okay. Some people had some questions about Hex. I'll go over Hex real quick. Just looking at Hex here, guys. It's you got a couple options. That one, two. Is this the third wave now? Is that the third? Swinging back over this way, and it has a bounce on a fourth. It's definitely due for a bounce. Okay, you're going to want to see on that bounce what the reaction is going to be. Is it going to be corrective reaction, a bounce back up, and then come back down to that 5? So Bitcoin's going to be going down. It's going to go with the rest of the markets. Nobody's going to want to buy anything right now in Hex except the Hexicans and people that are very long-term bullish on Hex. And that's probably not going to be enough to send it anywhere. So it's probably going to finish its correction when Bitcoin finishes its correction. And my original 1.5 cent target, and then it could go as deep as 1 cent, just over 1 cent or something like that. So that's what I'd be checking out and just waiting for it patiently, and then waiting for some type of bullish reaction off the bottom, and then on a 3-way move, correct it as long as it doesn't break that low. It's personally what I would be doing, since a few people had asked me about Hex. But that's what I'm doing. I'm just sitting back watching everything just crumble. It's mostly the Teslas out there, and some of the tech stocks are just getting hammered hard. So maybe Bitcoin now is going to make its trek down when the traditional markets make its trek down. So we will see, guys. I just want to give that update, share that with you on MicroStrategy and the miners that are getting hammered, probably giving you an indication. Also, GBTC2 is getting hammered pretty too. It's down 4% per day today. And I do have this in a descending wedge type pattern. And it's not. See, this one's different than Bitcoin. It has a wave 1 here, 2, and then back down for the 3. To see this fourth wave didn't come up and touch it, so you technically can't call it a descending wedge. But I just have it there just to see if it's going to hit there and then come back down, and where is it going to end up. So that's what I'm checking out with GBTC. But I do still expect GBTC probably to come down another possibly 10%, guys. So if that's going to come down 10%, that probably means that Bitcoin is going to be coming down probably more than 10%, guys. I would say you're looking at 12, 15, and as much as nearly 20% on Bitcoin is what I would expect. And in the meantime, you have to reevaluate and see what's going to be going on over here. Does it maintain a bullish divergence? Is one thing you want to pay attention to. So on the weekly chart is the bullish divergence. This is not going to take that out. That's going to be a very important part of a trade strategy. When it's down here, what's going to be going on? Is it going to maintain that, or does it take it out? So what I mean is that sometimes if it goes all the way down and just breaches that, not to say it wouldn't bounce and do a reversal, but that might give you an indication that it might not be going into a bullish sequence. It took out that bullish divergence right there with it. So that's going to be an important part of what I'm going to be watching with Bitcoin on this weekly chart, and probably on a 3-day chart, maybe even a daily chart, to see if it's going to maintain that. And then also to see what is going to be happening on the MACD on the 2-week chart with Bitcoin, guys. Down here is, what's going to be happening down here, and then in the histogram up here too. Okay, slowing up in momentum. Be checking that out. Here, I'll show you guys. Make it a little bit bigger for you in this area right here. So you have a slowing, you have it coming down lower in price, and then slowing the momentum in that histogram too. So it's going to come down some more. Doesn't necessarily mean in this histogram you might have an extra red one on the 2-week. It could turn red briefly, but more than likely, since it's coming up like that, you can see the history of the histogram Once it gets up to this areas like that, and usually goes green for at least a little while. So that's what I'm expecting. Am I counting on it being a bull run after that? I don't know the answer to that. It remains to be seen. The macro environment is really kind of throwing a wrench in everything. However, the good news is that the market is kind of foreshadowing, if you will, that the Fed is going to pause rates around February or March. We'll see if the markets are right. Usually the markets are correct. If you go back and look at history, like 2007, 8, 2000, year 2000, when that happened, they were the markets were right. The Fed wasn't right. So that's another thing I'd be paying attention to, guys, on this with Bitcoin. So just wanted to share that with you, give you guys that heads up. All I'm doing is just sit on my hands. There's not really anything going on in crypto as far as trades and things like that. I would be more willing to look for a opportunity in the traditional financial markets personally, guys, probably to the short side. You could do it with Bitcoin, but it'd probably be safer and more prosperous deal over there, if you will. If you made it all the way to the end, do me a huge favor. Drop a like, hit the subscribe button. Peace.